She looked straight at him, eyes soft, puzzled. And then she asked, "Have we met before?" It was her son, and she didn't recognize him. Her name was Rita. Once, she was the center of the family, the one who knew every birthday, every favorite meal, every story before it was told. But that day, something broke. That was the moment Alzheimer's disease stopped being a word and became a storm. Quiet at first, then unstoppable. It didn't start with forgetting names. At first, it was little things. Keys left in the fridge, burnt toast twice in one morning, a story told 3 times in the same hour. The family brushed it off. "She's just tired," someone said. "Getting older," said another. But something deeper was shifting. Slowly, silently. Rita began forgetting the way to her favorite bakery. She started calling her granddaughter by her sister's name. Then, one day, she left the stove on and forgot there was anything cooking at all. What looked like forgetfulness was something else. Inside the brain, Alzheimer's disease works in silence. Plaques made of beta-amyloid proteins begin to build between brain cells. Tangled tau proteins twist and choke the neurons. Over time, entire regions of the brain, especially those tied to memory and reasoning, begin to shrink. This is why people with Alzheimer's begin forgetting not just events or names, but how to live. And Rita was now deep in that process. She could no longer remember how to use the remote control. Couldn't find the bathroom in her own house. It was as if the world around her was being erased, piece by piece. No one prepares for this kind of heartbreak. One morning, Rita called the police because she thought her husband was an intruder. She started wandering, confused, afraid, once ending up miles away from home, wearing mismatched shoes and clutching an old photograph. Evenings became worse. The sun would set, and with it, her sense of reality. This is called sundowning, a symptom of Alzheimer's where confusion and fear spike at nightfall. Her family tried to hold her together, but every day she slipped further away. And yet, her body remained. Looking back, the signs were there, and they're not always obvious until it's too late. What early signs should you watch out for in Alzheimer's disease? 1. Memory loss that disrupts daily life. 2. Difficulty planning or solving problems. 3. Trouble completing familiar tasks. 4. Confusion with time or place. 5. Vision problems, trouble judging distance. 6. Problems with words, speaking, or writing. 7. Misplacing things and being unable to retrace steps. 8. Poor judgment or decision-making. 9. Withdrawal from work or social activities. 10. Mood and personality changes. Alzheimer's doesn't arrive loudly. It creeps in like a shadow, until suddenly everything looks unfamiliar. After months of confusion, a doctor was finally consulted. Simple tests, questions, memory games. One of the most telling moments came during a clock test. Draw a clock face from memory. Rita drew a jumble of numbers in one corner. No hands, no structure. It was enough. The diagnosis came quickly. Alzheimer's disease, moderate stage. There is no cure. There is no way to stop it. Only ways to slow it. Sometimes. The family left the clinic carrying more than just papers. They carried a new reality. In the moderate stage, changes accelerate. This phase brings difficulty recognizing loved ones, confusion about day, time, or location, delusions, paranoia, and aggression, inability to dress or bathe without help. Rita no longer remembered how to tie her shoes. She no longer recognized her home. Photographs were now just paper. Faces were strangers. And yet, in rare, flickering moments, she would laugh. A real, honest laugh. A song lyric would spark something, a scent, a touch, but those moments came less and less. Caring for someone with Alzheimer's is more than emotional. It's physical, financial, spiritual, sleepless nights, constant vigilance, exhaustion, guilt, grief, even though the person is still alive. It is reported that caregivers often suffer from depression, burnout, and health issues of their own. The disease doesn't just affect the person with the diagnosis, it ripples out, touching every life in its path. Near the end, Rita could no longer speak. She needed help to eat, to move, to breathe comfortably. Her eyes rarely focused, her hands trembled. But every day someone sat with her, held her hand, played music she once loved. And in those final weeks, even when she said nothing, a tear rolled down her cheek when someone said, "You're safe, we love you, we're here." The body stays, but the soul gently lets go. Rita's story isn't rare. It is shared by many families across the world. Every 3 seconds, someone develops dementia. There is no cure for Alzheimer's, yet. But there is time. Time to spot the signs early, time to plan, time to be present while presence is still possible. Because memory may fade, but love, real, enduring love, doesn't forget. Not ever. If this story felt familiar, don't wait. Learn the signs. Ask questions. Support caregivers. Share what you know. Rita's story is not just hers. It might be someone's today, and it could be someone's tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like and share with someone who might benefit from it. Be sure to check out our other mental health education videos.